In 1776, America made a bold decision that would change the world forever. But what if I told you that the very foundation of this young nation almost crumbled because of one secret letter, a letter so powerful that if it had fallen into the wrong hands, everything could have been lost? Imagine a message so dangerous that it was hidden for more than 100 years, waiting to be discovered. What could have been inside? Why was it so important? And who risked everything to protect it? You probably know the famous names from the American Revolution: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin. But what about the countless others, whose stories never made it to the history books? Have you ever heard of Agent 355? No. Well, that's no surprise. She was one of the most mysterious figures of the war, a spy whose real identity remains a secret to this day. But her bravery changed the course of history. Think about it. Spies working in the shadows, passing secret messages that could decide the fate of a nation. Agent 355 was part of the Culper spy ring, a secret network operating right under British noses in New York City. What if I told you that some of her messages were hidden in plain sight, sewn into buttons, written in invisible ink, or disguised as ordinary letters? The risk of getting caught was real. If discovered, it meant death. Yet she kept going, risking everything for the dream of a free America. War isn't just about battles and guns. It's also about resources, and none were more important than money. The Continental Army was always on the brink of collapse, because they were running out of funds. So, who stepped in? Haym Salomon, a Polish-born Jewish immigrant, with a heart full of courage and pockets ready to help. He raised hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions in today's money, to fund the fight for freedom. But here's the shocking part. After the war, he died poor and forgotten, his sacrifices buried in the shadows. Can you imagine the tension in 1780, when the British almost uncovered the entire American spy network? One tiny mistake, one lost letter, could have crushed the revolution in an instant. British soldiers raided secret hideouts, tearing apart safe houses. Spies burned letters in fireplaces, trying to erase their tracks before it was too late. And the spies, they ran through dark woods, hearts pounding, knowing capture meant imprisonment or death. How close was America to losing everything? Despite all these dangers, the patriots kept fighting. But after the war, many who worked in secret were never recognized. The spies, the women, the financiers, their names vanished into history's shadows. Why? Because history often tells the story of famous men, but this story is different. It's about the ordinary people who did extraordinary things. It's about bravery, sacrifice, and the quiet heroes we rarely hear about. Agent 355's story forces us to rethink what we know about the revolution. Women played crucial roles, even if their names were never recorded. Imagine the courage it took for her to walk the streets under enemy watch, delivering messages that could save lives or doom the revolution. What do you think she felt? Fear, determination, or maybe a burning hope that freedom was worth the risk? And what about money? Haym Salomon's story reminds us that wars are won not only with weapons but with resources. The power to fund a revolution can decide its success or failure. He put his own wealth and reputation on the line because he believed in the dream of America. Agent 355 wasn't just sending routine notes. She was warning of betrayal from within. Benedict Arnold, once a respected general, planned to hand over a key American fort to the British. Thanks to these secret messages, the plan was exposed before it could destroy everything. Can you imagine the shock when Arnold's name was revealed? A hero turned traitor in the most dangerous moment. Think about those secret messages, coded in invisible ink or hidden in everyday objects. A single letter had the power to save or destroy a nation. And those letters didn't travel safely. They crossed enemy lines, past guards and checkpoints, carried by brave men and women who risked capture every step of the way. It's a story of suspense, danger, and hope. Agent 355's fate is a tragic reminder of the cost of freedom. She was captured by the British and vanished into history, probably dying in prison. Haym Salomon, too, died forgotten and in debt. Their sacrifices remind us that freedom is never free. It has a price, paid by those willing to risk everything. These hidden heroes teach us to look beyond the usual stories. They invite us to uncover the real history, the stories of sacrifice, resilience, and courage that textbooks often overlook. History is alive and made by people just like us. As you listen, ask yourself, what would I have done in their place? Could I have risked everything for freedom? Their story isn't just about the past, it's about us, our choices, our courage, and the values we hold dear. History is sometimes seen as dry dates and facts, but it's really a collection of human stories filled with secrets and mysteries. Next time someone tells you history is boring, tell them about Agent 355, about secret messages that could have changed the world, and about the forgotten heroes who risked it all. So, what's the lesson here? That even in the darkest times, courage and determination can change the course of history. That freedom is fragile and must be protected by those who believe in it. And that the real story of America is not just about famous names, but about the ordinary people who made extraordinary sacrifices for a dream. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the hidden secrets of America's founding. If you want more stories filled with suspense, mystery, and truth, don't forget to subscribe and be part of this adventure into history's untold stories. Because history is never just history, it's a story about us all.